Hello, Debbie Stone, and welcome to day 5, the final day of the 5-day Facebook Live challenge. If you've had fun or if you've learnt anything from this challenge, go ahead and drop a 1 in the comments below. So mine is a pre-recorded video, whereas Annette's is going to be live, right? And today you get a choice. Annette's going to have a topic suggestion, and so am I. So you get to choose what you'd like to talk about. And the reason why mine is pre-recorded is so that Annette and I can get ours out, both at the same time, relatively close in time, right? Annette's from Canada, I'm here in Indiana. So hopefully we're going to have these out back to back so that you can watch them back to back and make a choice on what you want to talk about today. So my topic is choose 1 to 3 of your favorite books, preferably personal development, but it doesn't have to be. And if you're a highlighter like me, pick out a sentence or a paragraph that meant something to you, right? Try and encourage us why we should read that book too. So let us know what the title is and let us know who the author was. So if you have a tangible book and it's not audio or a Kindle version, pick them up and show them on your live, just like I'm going to do right now. So the first one is The One Thing, and it is by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan, right? They collaborated together. But I loved this book so much that I didn't finish it. I left 5 or 6 pages unread because I didn't want it to end, right? So I need to go back and finish this book, don't you think? The One Thing, and it talks about creating good habits and why people don't succeed, right, in following through. So this is a really good read, The One Thing. So the next one is a book that I read probably close to 30 years ago back in Australia. And he ended up being my first guru. That is Dr. Wayne W. Dyer. And the book is called Real Magic. And I read this, like I said, close to 30 years ago. But it really had a big impact on my life. And I then went on to read every book that he ever wrote. And it made a lot of sense to me. But like I said, he was my first guru, Dr. Wayne W. Dyer. He died 2.5 years ago. And this book is called Real Magic. So then my final choice, and there's so many, but I had to narrow it down to 3, right? Ask Yvonne about Jesus and the Essenes. That's my all-time favorite book. And she won that in the last challenge that we went through. So ask Yvonne what she thought of Jesus and the Essenes. Not a religious book, by the way. So this book here, The Bill Cook Story. For any of you that don't know who Bill Cook is, he's a local boy made good. He built an empire in Bloomington, Indiana, which is about 40 minutes away from where I am right now. This is a book that started us on a journey, my partner and I, that led us to read non-stop for a good year, maybe 18 months. And we were, our local library, we had them on a wild goose chase, trying to find all these books for us that were over 100 years old. But this started it all on our journey to reading for those 18 months. He's now stopped reading and I've continued on. So he loved, my fiance I'm talking about, he loved this book too. So why I was captivated by this book, and it's called Ready, Fire, Aim, the Bill Cook Story. He had a ghostwriter write it for him. It's Bob Hamill is his ghostwriter, right? But it's the Bill Cook Story, Ready, Fire, Aim. So just a little bit about this book. Bill, can't remember now, his wife and him lived in 2 different states. And Bill decided that he was going to build his empire sort of halfway in between the two households, right? Where Bill's family grew up and where her family grew up. And he chose Bloomington, Indiana, which was about 45 minutes away from both the family homes. And his theory behind that was, well, if he failed in his building his empire, that he wouldn't sort of be around the family to be embarrassed. But he didn't fail. And he built his empire. One of the things that he's most famous for is the West Baden Hotel, which wins awards for the best hotel throughout the United States, has received many awards for being the best hotel, and it really is beautiful. But an interesting story, Bill decided that he wanted to have a ship built for his personal use, and he called a few local companies and companies within the United States, and nobody here in the United States got back to him, not one company. So Bill thought he'd outsource it, and he went to my home country, Australia. He found a little shipping, well, it's huge actually, shipping place that built ships in a little town called Fremantle, which is about a 7-minute drive away from where I grew up. So that's the affinity that I have with this, because he's a local boy from here where I'm living now, and he had his ship built in Fremantle, right, which was about a 7-minute drive away from where I grew up. So not just because I have an affinity with both places did I love this book, right? It's a really good read on a businessman and how he treats his employees, the people that he came across, his loyalty to people, how things that he touched, if he happened to bless you, then your company was blessed as well, right? It's a really good read on personal development for a business person and how to treat people. That's what I got out of it. But there's a lot of twists and turns. His wife, right at the very beginning, was even kidnapped. So it really is an exciting read. So I sort of got way involved in that book, didn't I? I really loved that book. But anyway, that's your topic for today. Choose between, it doesn't have to be 3, it could be just 1, right? And it doesn't have to be a 7-minute live like I did, right? So go check out Annette's video and see if you want to go with her topic. I love Annette's topic. Have a great day. Thank you for taking on this challenge. Thank you for being consistent. And thank you for sharing your growth with us. Annette and I have both loved watching you all develop, and you're all at different stages and different levels. And we tried to be as encouraging as we could, not to fault find and not to correct you, but to give you some of the rules, you know, sort of sprinkle the rules of how to do a Facebook Live throughout this challenge. But the main objective was to get you to step forward imperfectly, right? To build up the courage and to get better like all of you did as the challenge went on. So pat yourself on the back. Do a little dance, because you are all of you are leaders. And I hope that you continue on with your Facebook Lives. And according to the One Thing book, the first one that I told you about, they say in that book it takes 66 days for a good habit to come to fruition, right? To incorporate it into your life. So go out and do 66 lives, and you would have created a good habit. Have a great day. I hope to see you again. And we'll probably both pop back into this group for other announcements throughout the day. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you're watching the replay, well, you can only watch the replay because this is a video. Thank you for watching.